Well, howdy dowdy do, it's the man with the stew. What's going on, guys? It's Cynical and welcome back to another video. It's fucking December, dude. Where the November uploads at? Yeah, that's probably what you guys are all thinking. It's been yet another month. 2019, I swear, is cursed. You guys should know it. This year has really not been the best for me. In the sense of the channel, it has been absolutely all over the place. You guys will notice, as of right now, I am currently in a little bit of a different setup. I'm currently away from home, hence the reason there hasn't been any uploads during the month of November. So I thought in this video I'd just give you guys a little bit of a status update, but also in amongst that as well, I thought we'd talk about some juicy Kingdom Hearts news and information that ended up releasing throughout the month of November. There's some really exciting stuff, both for the future of Kingdom Hearts as well as the upcoming Remind DLC that I ended up missing out on throughout November. The Remind stuff is still kind of new, so I'm hoping there's at least going to be a few of you guys that don't know absolutely all of the stuff that came out in November. Of course, by this point, most of you guys probably do know about all of the news, so if you guys just want to stick around for the status update, that is fine by me. But what is going on, guys? So yeah, you might notice that I am in a little bit of a different setup, and I do apologize if the quality is a little bit subpar. Basically having to improvise at this point. I do have my blue snowball set up here on this like makeshift gat-dang side cabinet and got my camera pointing at me, but I'm in like an echoey room. This room is not set up for recording. However, you guys might notice these walls. They might look a little bit familiar. I am actually over at my girlfriend's and she still lives in the place that we used to live in. You guys might not know this, but we actually live apart now. But however though, for the past month I have actually been over here at Kayla's, essentially because of the fact that we do live apart now. We do the whole commuting thing, so every so often I'll come over here and vice versa, she'll go over to mine. So this started off as like a normal visit. I was here for maybe like a week or so and then was obviously planning to go home, but unfortunately partway through my visit, Kayla ended up landing with a really nasty kidney infection. It meant that I had to end up taking Kayla to like doctor's visits as well as hospital visits, and it meant that I was over here for a lot longer. It got to the point that it was my birthday, so we ended up shooting back over to my place in a different city, spent a few nights there, then came back here to Kayla's. She was still sick, and so I stayed on for a little longer. She's actually fine now, everything is all good and clear, but essentially it just means that I've been a little bit out of business over the past month. So again, I do apologize for that, guys. 2019 has just really been all over the place, and I do hope that 2020 is going to be a lot better. For myself personally, for my own motivation and overall my own well-being, I hope that it is going to be better in 2020 because yeah, 2019 has been a little bit of a roller coaster. However though, as you guys can see, I am still over here, but I am planning on going home tomorrow, so we should be back into the swing of things by the end of this week, if not by the start of next week, just in time for all of this exciting Remind stuff that is just on the horizon. So anyway, that is the status update. Just essentially being over here at my girlfriend's, looking after her for the past month and spending quite a lot of time with her. That's just essentially it. But let's start talking about some Kingdom Hearts stuff, the real juicy stuff. So let's talk about Kingdom Hearts coming to Xbox. Yes, that's right, Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5, as well as 2.8 will in fact be coming to Xbox next year. There is no current release date on which, but this was confirmed last month at XO19. I think a lot of us were expecting this to eventually happen just because of the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 is obviously on Xbox One and is the very first Kingdom Hearts game to come to the Xbox system. However, when we did first find out about that, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 coming to Xbox One, a lot of people were saying like, it's kind of ridiculous that you're putting like the most up-to-date title on the system without putting all of the previous installments onto the platform. And this is so important just mainly because Kingdom Hearts is such a story-rich game. You really do need to play all previous installments to know what's going on in the most up-to-date current one. So yeah, I think it was only inevitable that eventually Square Enix would end up putting all of the previous Kingdom Hearts titles on to Xbox. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Again, it just means that more people are going to be able to experience the Kingdom Hearts franchise, which I think is great. The one thing that will be interesting to see is, are they going to be releasing 1.5 and 2.5 as well as 2.8 as two separate things, or are they just going to release the story so far that comes with 1.5, 2.5, and 2.8? or is there going to be the story so far, or if you want to purchase just 1.5 and 2.5, you can do that, as well as 2.8 separately. Well, this is now confusing me. Gat dang numbers left, right, and center. I mean, what do you expect though? It's Kingdom Hearts. However though, what is cool is Xbox is receiving all the games. It doesn't really do anything for me per se, just it makes me happy that more people are going to be able to play it, but what would get me more excited is if all of the Kingdom Hearts games were of course coming to Switch. Really, it's not going to feel any different with playing those old school Kingdom Hearts games on an Xbox system, except the controller will feel different, it's basically it. But it would be a really exciting thing if this was for Switch, mainly because of the fact that we'd be able to actually take all the games on the go with us. However, here's hoping that someday soon Square will do some more Kingdom Hearts stuff for Nintendo. Let's just hope that eventually we get the Kingdom Hearts games on the Switch system. Oh, and another cool thing that ended up happening at XO18 was a Kingdom Hearts 3 demo. Yeah, there is now the Kingdom Hearts 3 demo with the Toy Box and Olympus demo now live on the PlayStation Store as well as the Xbox Store. It took them an extremely long time. It would have kind of been nice to get the demo on, say, the release of Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, I know a lot of people were wanting the demo before the release of the game to experience the game before the game came out. But of course there was the fear of data mining and all of those worries, but I think it would have made a lot of sense to actually just release the demo on the release of Kingdom Hearts 3 at the start of this year, at the end of January. But interesting that we eventually got one anyway in November. Personally, I think it's a little bit late, but hey, better late than never, I guess. And finally, let's talk about the most exciting stuff, the brand new Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC news. So on November 30th, it was the very final Kingdom Hearts World of Tres Orchestra show that happened over in Osaka, Japan. So this was the very final show for the year. You guys might also remember that at the start of the year, for the very first show that ended up happening over in Japan, was the very first place in which we got the first batch of Remind information. And so a lot of people were expecting that for the final wrap-up show of the year for World of Tres, because for the first show we got the first batch of information. It does make sense that we should get something on the very final show, and in which we did. We actually got some very exciting stuff. Now, keep in mind, nothing was officially mentioned by Square Enix on any sort of social media platform, and all of this information is actually coming from attendees who ended up going to the final showing. So at this point, nothing is 100% concrete until obviously Square Enix step forward and mention all of this stuff for themselves, but this is what the attendees have reported back to us as to what Square Enix ended up showcasing towards Remind at the final orchestra show. So first things first, it looks like we are getting a trailer in December. Very exciting. We are expecting that either at maybe the very final show we might get a trailer, or of course December will be the month we'll get that final sort of Remind trailer. Now, no doubt this one will probably be the most content filled, seeing as most likely we should be getting this DLC around January or February of 2020. I know there are still people holding on to the hopes of getting the Remind DLC this month, in which anything is possible. I don't want to say it's out of the realm of possibility, but at this point I think it is very viable that either January or February 2020 will be the month in which the DLC comes out, which totally makes sense for December. Drop a trailer during this month, show us like the main portions and reasons as to why we should get this DLC. The previous two DLC trailers have been alright. They've given us a slight idea as to what to expect. They've been very, very story focused in that sense of showing us more so cutscenes rather than the new gameplay features. And so I really do hope that this trailer will be the most content filled, seeing as this will probably be the very final DLC trailer before the actual release of the DLC. There has also been talks that apparently this trailer will also include the release date of the DLC as well, although that probably already comes expected anyway. We don't really need any news or information towards that. If we do get a trailer this month, no doubt it will contain the release date. So whereabouts could we expect this trailer to drop? Well, the Game Awards is happening on December 12th, which is not too far away, and as you guys should know, over the past couple of years, this event has become huge. And we also know that the Game Awards is also a viable place for new video game announcements and reveals, so yeah, this could definitely be a place where Square Enix could display the next DLC trailer. I know a lot of people as of right now are crossing their fingers that we get the DLC trailer at the Game Awards, and then straight after that, we get a Smash Ultimate Fighter 5 trailer, which ends up being Sora. I mean, that would be the most beautiful thing ever. Have the DLC, then straight after, boom, like, fucking envelope with the heart and the Smash icon and the Keyblade comes out of nowhere, and so, oh my. Yeah. But hey, we're just gonna have to wait and see. If it isn't the Game Awards, then all eyes move over to Jump Festa, which is happening from December 21st to December 22nd. Most likely, if no trailer gets revealed at the Game Awards, it will probably be Jump Festa, as Square Enix always attend. Now, Square revealed that there is going to be some new modes and features coming with this DLC. They did actually mention that apparently all of these new modes and features will not be displayed in the December trailer that we are due to get, which is a little bit strange. Because these new modes and features are actually some really cool things to be excited about. So the very first one is Fast Pass mode, which is going to be a customizable difficulty mode for Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, this is absolutely amazing because this sort of a thing brings in so much replay value to the game. And again, it's interesting to see that they're not potentially going to be showing some of these new features in the trailer, as again, as I was saying, this is a big new feature to the game. It brings in so much replay value. Anyway, we might end up seeing these new features displayed in the trailer. We're just gonna have to wait and see. So Fast Pass mode essentially allows you to basically change all sorts of different variables and options that changes the way that the game is played. This is sort of very similar to like cheat runs, which is achieved by essentially using some sort of a cheat program and using the PCSX2 emulator for Kingdom Hearts 2 or Kingdom Hearts 1. I personally believe that Fast Pass as well as Black Code mode have been directly inspired through those, as previously for any other Kingdom Hearts game in the past, we've never ever had a sort of customizable difficulty mode. Now, from what the attendees have said, there were just so many options displayed to them while Square Enix were giving the run through of these different modes that they just couldn't really keep up with how many different things you could change for this. They did get to see a slight example of the mode in action. There were different things going on, like being able to have a significant more amount of situation commands stacked, other things like one-shotting enemies. So it seems like you're going to be able to adjust all sorts of different values, which I'm just looking so forward to. This is going to be the perfect thing for like streaming, and of course, as I was saying, it just brings in so much replay value. Also, really cool that they decided to call this Fast Pass mode. It's a little bit of a nod to the Fast Pass ticket system in the Disney theme parks. Very cool. Now the next mode is Black Code mode, which I briefly mentioned. So this is also another mode that's coming with Remind, but this is more so focused on the harder side of things. So where Fast Pass is a sort of mode where you can fart ass around, play around with it, do whatever you kind of want. Things are really easy. You can one-shot things, play around with like infinite amounts of like MP. Black Code is more so on the other end of things to make the game even harder or give like more so specific challenges. So things like being able to disable the use of specifically healing abilities like Cure using like items, and other things that sound like they're going to focus on restrictions. So it kind of sounds like Black Code is going to be focusing more so around challenge-based runs, which again, I just believe that Black Code and Fast Pass have been inspired by all of the different cheat runs over the years that people have done through the use of emulators. Super cool to see both of these. There is not too much information on these as of right now. I want to know a little bit more about Black Code as well, and also the different things that you can change in Fast Pass. It'll also be cool if you can do other things like changing enemy HP values or how aggressive enemies are. For Fast Pass, can you change things like gravity settings and other things like speed settings for like a turbo mode type of playthrough? It'll be really interesting to see what you can do with this. And the other two modes that were revealed at the concert were photo mode as well as slideshow mode. So you might be thinking photo mode, we've already got a photo mode. Well, this is going to be an entirely new feature that actually allows you to set up a scene, put in characters, props, enemies, all sorts. This is actually really cool because it's sort of the type of thing where it's like, why not do this? And I can see that there is going to be just so many memes come out of this. Slideshow mode is pretty self-explanatory. It's a mode that allows you to compile all of the photos and scenes that you've created in the new photo mode and put them into a slideshow to play in a slideshow format with music playing in the background. So that's all the news and information that came out of the concert towards Remind. Some brand new stuff actually, not sort of elaborating more on stuff we already know, but talking about some new modes. The Black Code stuff and the Fast Pass is so exciting. Gain so much more replay value to Kingdom Hearts 3. It's amazing. There is no word as to whether or not Fast Pass and Black Code, as well as the photo and slideshow modes, will be part of Remind, meaning that you will have to pay for it, or if this will come at the same time as part of the free DLC along with the Keyblades. Now guys, that's basically it from me today. I apologize about, again, another absence. I'm hoping things kind of fall back into place from here on forward. Again, I am returning home tomorrow, so yeah, hopefully that all happens. Also, you guys might have sort of noticed my hair looks a little bit different. It's pink. Well, it's not really. It looks like a fucking well-expired strawberry tart at this point. I ended up dyeing my hair pink in the month of October, and there is a video I still need to get out where I actually show you guys doing my whole pink. We ended up doing it for a stream. I'm just letting you know, I'm not trying to be a bootleg ninja, but I'm still actually yet to get that video out. I am actually going to probably re-dye it because it was done for a stream thing, and I've done like little to no content with the pink hair, so we're probably going to end up doing that at some point. So anyway, look forward to that coming out at some point, but anyway, thank you guys so much for being patient as always. I'm Cynical. Hopefully you dudes are having a fantastic day. I look like one of those fucking trolls, man. You know, the old school trolls? Disgusting. Well guys, I'm Cynical. Hopefully you're having a fantastic one, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Hit them on the page, you'll be coming through stain. Gold in my mouth when you suckers be bluffing. Milk crank, gaming up your bitch though. Catch me in the back playing Super Nintendo.